This demonstration is created to allow you to see how easy it is to remotely access professional literature resources from the college library. When away from campus, go to Google and type in 3 words, My Athens Login. The first result Google provides you with is the login page. Enter your username and password. Be sure to stash the record of your Athens username and password somewhere that you will easily remember. This is the #1 problem students have. They have forgotten their username and password. Be sure to save the login page's URL as a bookmark on your computer. This section of the demonstration explains how to access journal articles through Athens. Athens is a software used internationally. BSMCON has their own instance of this software. The resources listed here are vast and rich, even if the list does look short. For BSMCON students, the friendliest database to use is the second one listed, EBSCO Discovery Services. Click on EBSCO Discovery. EBSCO Discovery is a unified database and lists an enormous number of full-text articles. If EBSCO Discovery cannot provide the full text as a PDF, it still provides you with a link to where you can access the full text. For an example, let's do a search for an article on medication reconciliation and safety in geriatric patients. Unlike Google, you should always put the word AND, A-N-D, between your keywords in a database search. So our search says medication reconciliation and safety and geriatrics. EBSCO offers you related search keywords, and you can select those keywords if they better articulate your interest. Notice that the keywords are retyped on the left sidebar. The left sidebar also offers ways to refine and limit your search results. Notice that there are over 3,000 results from this single search. With the 3 keywords we entered, Discovery provides you with thousands of articles, but you need to cull those results and get the most current article in a peer-reviewed journal. So on the left sidebar, we will limit the results. Select peer-reviewed as one limit, then move the timeline so that you are only asking for articles published in the last 5 years. As almost all assignments at the college will require you to have that most recent publications, the 5 years is the standard age restriction. You can see that the number of results has dropped by half. Limits help reduce your feelings of being overwhelmed. You can see on the left sidebar that we have set the peer-reviewed limit and limited the search to only those articles published in the last 5 years. You can find the PDF icon on most of the articles that are presented. Click on the title of the article first and read the abstract. If then you want the article, click on the PDF and save or print it. Open the article. To save or print, you are offered a toolbar, and it floats near the bottom of the page usually. If you do not immediately see the toolbar, run the mouse over the bottom of the screen or the top, and the toolbar should pop up. When you save an article, save it by the first author's last name and add the year after the author's name. That way, after you have collected several articles of interest, you can begin to differentiate between them by the author's name and be able to make a mental note of how current the article is. Not all articles will have a PDF readily available. This is an example of the search results, and highlighted is a point of access that is not the PDF. Any link you find beneath the reference will eventually take you to either the actual PDF or a request that will be sent to our library asking for help in accessing the full text of the article. In the situation you see here, if I wanted this article, I would select full text through link source. The screen then would look like this, with the article or the abstract in HTML. Never be happy with HTML if you have any other alternative. You can see that the publisher, in this case Ovid, has provided a link to the PDF in the upper right corner of the page. Always search around the page for the PDF icon. Once you've selected the PDF, the article, as you want to see it, will be presented. Once again, if you decide that you do want to use the article, and if the toolbar does not automatically pop up, run the mouse over the bottom or the top of the page and the toolbar will be awakened. When developing a search, it is helpful to use the PICO format as a way to help you find the best keywords. For example, P would be your children with autism, your intervention is providing tactile stimulation, or your comparison is eliminating tactile stimulation, and the outcome is emotions. So the keywords could be autism and children and tactile stimulation and emotion. Always connect your keywords with A and D. This is vital in database searching, unlike searching in Google. At times in EBSCO Discovery, links other than a PDF will be offered in the search results list. In this particular example, the link says, "Find this pay-per-view article in full text from Springer Vertag." Springer Vertag is the publisher. If you have read the abstract and want to use the article, select the link. The screen now offers you an option to download the PDF. Select the download button. The next page will then look like this, asking you to log in. I use this article as an example of the sequencing that some databases will require you to go through. You will occasionally find such articles that you cannot access yourself, even after following the sequences required. In the case of Springer, the publisher here, you will be asked to enter your Athens username and password. If after following the sequences Springer requires you still cannot access the full text, send a screenshot of the article title to library@bsmcon.edu or email at the library so that the college librarians can access the article for you. One of the links you will occasionally run into is the option to request article from Bon Secours eLibrary. Simply fill in the blanks. The information on the article is already at the bottom of the page. This form will be received by the college librarians whose goal it is to have the material to you within 48 hours or less. This is another example of a non-PDF link. In this case, we want to read the first article listed on this results page. The link says, "View record from Science Direct." Select the link. In this view from Science Direct, in order to access the full text, you must click on the Check Access button or the Download PDF button. Once on the next screen, just add the information requested and pay special attention to the red message. For all assistance, use the library's email address, library@bsmcon.edu. If you prefer to use Cranium Café to schedule a meeting, knock on the librarian's Cranium Café door. Cranium Café librarian door is found in the college website in the library, which is under the Students tab. This section explains how you can access ebooks from Athens. Once on your Athens homepage, the easiest place to find a nursing-oriented ebook is from the R2 Digital Library. To find the R2 Digital Library, scroll down to the bottom of the Athens list of resources. Once in the R2 Digital Library, type in your keywords, being sure to use nouns connected with the word AND. If you begin scrolling down the results page, note that anything that highlights the word references will only be a list of articles and books. Just a list. Great information, but not a solution to accessing an ebook. You will be offered ways to limit your search, and this is especially relevant because you generally want a recently published ebook. Your results page will look like this, and be sure to notice the left sidebar where you can limit your search results to book chapters, often the best solution. Once you find a relevant ebook, be especially interested in the small print above the chapter title. This is a link to the bibliographic information you will need to create a reference for the ebook. From this page, collect all the information you need for an APA formatted reference. You may need to use Google to find the city of the publisher. Once again, for assistance, use the library's email, library@bsmcon.edu. And if you prefer to use Cranium Café, schedule a meeting. You can find the Cranium Café for the library on the college website under the Students tab. Once selecting the Students tab, select the library, and then scroll down the page a bit till you see the door for Cranium Café.